Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today I have another month in review layout. The previous video that I posted was for the random photos that I had for July of 2014, and like I mentioned in that video, these layouts tend to go pretty quick for me, especially if I'm already in that mindset and I've already got those types of supplies out and I'm just kind of in the mood to deal with it. So I basically just grabbed the next photo collage that I had sent off to print, had to go back and look up when the photos were from, and these were from December. I did not use a pre-formatted collage on this one. I will either use a Carrie Bradford photo collage or I will make my own. And typically what I will do is I will open up my file folder on my computer for that month and I'll go through and drag and drop all these random photos into Photoshop and decide which ones that I think I'm going to use and go from there. And then just kind of looking at how most of the photos on these were from my phone. Some of them have that really weird, distorted, kind of extra tall thing going on. So I just ended up making my own. I believe the square photos are roughly maybe 1.5 inches, and so then I made the other ones 1.5 by, say, maybe 3-ish. And if you look really closely, like the white margins aren't exactly lined up or exactly even, and I'm okay with that. It was mostly just a way for me to get all of these photos into a collage. My journaling, I went ahead and typed it up on one of those like pre-made giant die cuts from my mind's eye. Again, I'm going with the My Mind's Eye paper on all of these. So I went through, I had two Christmas collections that I found, and I went with the one that was a little bit more younger feeling. The other one was more like dirty, distressed, vintagey looking. With stuff with my kids and stuff, I tend to go with the more just kind of brighter, more fun pattern type things. And plus, this one had a chipboard set and a die cut, like punch out. And then I already had my silhouette set up. I already had these files ready. So again, I just went ahead and decided to do them back to back. I think I may go ahead and do the rest of the photo collages that I have and just kind of get them done. These do go really, really quickly. Mostly, you're not left with a ton of room to embellish. I mean, you really could, throw a bunch of stuff on here and do some really elaborate clusters and just kind of lots of interesting different things on there. Me personally, it's more about being able to see all these different little weird pictures, and we're just going to excuse my giant head in the way, and just kind of being able to read the journaling. And the journaling, I don't go into specific details. It is literally just a couple words to kind of explain one, not necessarily all of the photos, but just kind of as you're going along. I might reference like, we went to dinner at our favorite Mexican place, or, we had haircuts at the barbershop, Christmas baking was starting, that kind of thing. I don't go into a ton of detail with these. Hopefully that makes sense. But I do like that these just kind of, I think it took me maybe 30 minutes start to finish, and that was from finding supplies, making decisions on what I was going to use. And then if I'm not starting with a ton of supplies, those decisions are pretty quick. I will kind of go and add maybe something like sequins or enamel dots, or I keep some smaller sticker sheets on my desk, like tiny alphas, because sometimes I do like to go ahead and put the year just so that when I'm filing them, I can kind of keep them together and figure out where they need to go. But I do kind of know that if I see a month in review layout that's got My Mind's Eye paper and this particular die cut title, that it's from 2014 at this point. And again, I just kind of keep it super simple. I was originally doing pretty close scrap lifts from some super old videos from Nicole Spohr where she was kind of showing this similar type of style. Since then, I basically just start with my photo collage, literally slap it down and figure out you know, if my photo collage is this big, how much room does it leave me with? And what am I basically going to wallpaper around it? And then I go from there. And it's usually title at top, journaling somewhere on the bottom, paper strips, some die cuts, maybe a couple stickers. In this case, I used a small or like a half length chipboard border that was like holly leaves. And then I took two of the chipboard birds. The other one that was in there was really big. And so I put him back. I did think about kind of doing, there was some like glitter holly berries and stuff on the chipboard sheet, but again, they were big and then you couldn't really see them on top of the red paper. I did think about putting a small cluster in the lower left, and then I just decided, you know what, I like it as is. I'm gonna call it done. So here is a photo of the completed layout and then a couple detail shots so you guys can just kind of see some of the areas. I did end up cutting off that scallop edge on that big die cut thing. It just was taking up too much space and I wanted more of a clean look. And that's it for this layout, and I will catch you guys in another video. Thanks for stopping by.